Yeah, my name is Tom Higginbotham. This is my wife Patti, and we serve here at Don Avenue Baptist Church in Denham Springs, Louisiana. We've experienced a flood here just in this last weekend. It's the first major flood since 1983. We came up on Saturday morning expecting to be able to get furniture picked up, vans moved out, other things like that. And the water was already up to the church. It was just coming up so very, very quickly. So we had to abandon those plans. We could hear stories of people having to move out of our church family. We could see just the exodus of people from this community. And we got one picture, I think, off of Facebook that showed our sanctuary with about 6 foot of essentially the Amite River running right through it. And we're about a mile from the Amite River. And so we probably on Monday of that week, the water started going down, and that's the first time we were able to come into the church or this community right here and see the damage, what had happened. Probably the average depth of the water in the church somewhere between 5 and 6 feet. And whenever we go out and do disaster relief work, mud out work and stuff, whenever we get to a point of 4 foot, everything has to be gutted all the way to the top of the roof. So probably Monday, and we've been here on the ground sorting through everything, gradually starting to get rid of all the contents in case we can get some disaster relief teams up this way that they don't have to deal with that. They can come in with the demo work, the gutting work, and go from there.
Tell me some good news that you found.
The first day Tom came to the church, I was still at home because our daughter and son-in-law are having to stay with us because their home flooded. And I was there and working through that, and Tom came home from the church and he handed me 2 things. He handed me offering plates and he handed me the church Bible. And I thought, oh, he wants me to see if I can dry this out and save this Bible. I opened it and it was totally dry. The Bible and the offering plates had been on the Lord's Supper table right at the front, between the steps at the altar. Tom had to go around pews that broke loose from the floor, had floated all up at that altar, but somehow God's hand was on that, and he took that Lord's Supper table, and he floated it up and out from between those steps before those pews got there. And he sent it over to the right side of the sanctuary. And then he turned that table 90 degrees and floated it out through a door to the back hall behind the baptistry. And in all of that, all the other things, the pieces of furniture that floated right there with it, and all the current that was coming through the church, that Bible was on a wooden stand, and it was on the edge of the table. And in spite of that, the Bible did not tip over. And the offering plates were fine. And then I just thought of Jesus' words in Matthew, that heaven and earth will pass away, but my words will not pass away. And I immediately got on my phone. I didn't have internet, and I don't have internet on my phone, and we didn't have great cell service, but everybody in the church that I had a cell number for, I immediately texted out that information because I knew they needed to know that God saw them, that he sees us, he knows this, and that he preserved not only his word in our hearts, but he preserved the tangible, the church Bible. And when we met last Sunday in another church, we made sure we had that Bible there, and we took up offering in our offering plates that God spared, and that's just about all he spared. But we feel that his hand was on that, and we claim it as just something special from him, a special word from him that he has not forgotten Don Avenue Baptist Church.
Whenever we found out that we were underinsured, we do have a small amount of flood insurance, basically on the parsonage of the church. And of course that was a shocker, and however that happened, that's not important. But Guide One sent us the people that they use to clean up the projects and churches that are, I guess, are insured by them. And so they came out and gave us an estimate of $254,000.
Just to clean it?
Just to clean, that's to gut it and clean it and sanitize it and everything like that. And I'm sure they do an excellent job, but it's just cost prohibitive for us to spend that kind of money, $250,000 just to get to that point. We're asking for churches to come and volunteer to gut these buildings, everything from drywall to cabinets to rip out bathroom fixtures, choir loft, all that kind of stuff, risers and built-in risers in different parts of our sanctuary, our education building. I'm standing next to our fellowship hall, our daycare, all those places, plus our parsonage. That parsonage is essentially vacant now, and so there's 5 buildings in the project that we need.